Lizzie, RBS, the Alexander City Outlook, and I'm here with Scott Hardy to talk about the top 3 games of the season for Benjamin Russell. Let's kick it right off with our first game of the season, Central Clay County. What do you think?
Well, I think this will definitely be a big-time matchup and one that both communities will be looking forward to. Obviously, Danny Horn, the former coach for Clay County, now the coach for Benjamin Russell, taking on Central Clay. So 2-1 as the head coach for the Wildcats. Got the first loss as the head coach of the Wildcats against them last year, but I think this will be a game where the Wildcats come out and try to pound the ball, kind of old school Danny Horn style.
And I feel like that was like a heartbreaking loss for them too, so I definitely think they're going to want this one back, set the tone early for the season for sure. Game 2, their second game of the season is Pelham. It's their first region game. Again, a setting the tone kind of thing. What do they need to do to be competitive in this region?
Well, if you look at it, one of the other game that we'll be talking about, Chilton County, Pelham and Chilton County were 2 games last year where Benjamin Russell really played some of their best football. The highest point total of the season actually came against Pelham last year. It kind of started off with a opening touchdown run by Timmy Lawson that set the stage for that victory. But I anticipate it being another high-scoring game for the Wildcats because they'll have to score a lot, I think, to contend this season.
Okay, and like you mentioned, our last game to discuss is Chilton County. Interesting connection there too. Their Benjamin Russell's former offensive line coach, Tal Morrison, now the head coach at Chilton County. How important is this game going to be for them?
I think this will be the highlight of the season for the Wildcats, having the opportunity to take on Coach Tal Morrison, somebody who was very integral in the success and building the program back to where it was. If I'm not mistaken, the highest total of scholarships for any position or position group for the Wildcats have come from the offensive line group, which is what Coach Tal Morrison coached, as you alluded to. But the thing I look for this, 5-0 as the head coach for the Wildcats with Danny Horn against the Tigers, including 2 playoff victories. Last season, though, was the game where Landon Cotney kind of came out of the shell a little bit, and they were able to have a 2-minute drive that took place, and he hit Jacoby Maxwell for the game-winning touchdown there, so that was very exciting there. So I anticipate another big-time matchup this year.
I'll be interested to see what we get from Landon Cotney this year. I got to see him at 7-on-7s this past week. Obviously, it's a much different situation than game situations, but he looked good, he looked accurate, made some good decisions. So we'll be excited to see what we get from him.
Absolutely, and again, this is a very important game for the Wildcats, as this will be a region game. So obviously, right, the win total doesn't really matter as long as you're winning the region games.
Exactly. So cool. Stick with us. We're going to be looking at the games to watch for the rest of the area teams coming up soon.